Microsoft Outlook has a voting button option that allows you to respond to a question using a set of preset response options. The preset options are yes, no, a yes, no, maybe, or a approve, reject. You can also create custom responses. The benefit of using voting buttons over collecting email responses is that the voting button feature works in conjunction with a tracking feature that allows you to track the responses in a summary format. To use this feature, you go to the new email icon, you go to Options, and you'll see Use Voting Buttons here. And here's where you'll see Approve, Reject, Yes, No, Maybe. Notice there's a semicolon between them and no space. That's something to note because when you create a custom response, you would set yours up the same way. For this demonstration, I'm going to go ahead and do yes, no. And in the to box, you would type in the recipient's email address. And of course, if you were using this feature, you would probably have a bunch of people on the to line. In the subject, I'm going to put please vote. And then down here in the message area, I'm going to write, can you attend the meeting this Friday? And at this point, I would be able to go ahead and send this message off. So I'm going to go ahead and click send. Now the way that this works is that when the recipient receives the email message, it's going to have an alert in the info bar of the message letting the receiver know that that is a voting message. And so what I'm going to do is scroll down right here. I have 2 accounts set up in my Outlook program so that I can actually demonstrate these things. So this is the account that we just addressed. So I'm going to go ahead and go into Inbox, and you see the please vote message, and you'll notice in the info bar you have this little tracking icon right here, and it says this message includes voting buttons, click here to vote. So you can click and you can choose your response, yes or no. And when you make that response, you would see a message here that says send the response now or edit the response before sending. So if you simply just want to click yes or click no, you can do that, and you can just click OK and send it off. I also want to show you the other method of being able to respond. A lot of people don't have this preview area here, so if you double click the message, up on the ribbon you'll see where it says vote, and you would go ahead and you would choose whether or not you can attend the meeting. So I'm going to click yes, and then down here I can compose a little message to the sender. So I'm going to say edit the response before sending, and then I'm just going to send it off. And so that is done. Now I want to take you back to the original email that sent the message. So I'm going to go back to the inbox, and you see it shows the response from the student 1 account, and it says the sender responded yes. And the subject up here, it changed my subject to say yes right in front of the please vote. When people respond to you, one thing that you can do, you don't even have to open the email, is that you can see what response is right here. Now, as these responses start coming in, say you have a bunch of people that are responding, you would want all that information collected in a summary. And so the benefit of using this is that you can go to any of the messages that you receive back, and right on top of this info bar, you can just click on it and you could choose view voting responses, and it would open up a grid, and each person that you emailed would be listed here and their responses would be listed here. Now I'm going to go ahead and set up a custom vote, and I'm going to go to new message. I'm going to click options. I'm going to go to use voting buttons, custom. And right here it says use voting buttons, and it has some of the preset ones that are listed in here. I want to put my custom options in here. So I'm going to say Cobb salad. And after you get that typed in, you can say okay, and then you would address it who it's going to. So I'm going to go ahead and put in the email address. After you type your message, you'll click send. And I'm going to go ahead and scroll down to the other account, open up the message, and it shows luncheon this Friday. And I can see that this is a voting message. I'm going to go ahead and make my selection, and I've got Cobb salad, turkey sandwich, clam chowder. And I'm just going to send my response without editing the message. And then I can close out. I'm going to go back up to the email and check the inbox. It shows the response, and it says the sender responded clam chowder, but also you see it up here. And remember, if I want to track the results, I could click on the info bar and click view voting responses. The book also mentions that you can go to your sent items folder and you can look for the message that you sent. So this was the luncheon message right here, and I would be able to go to tracking right here, and that would also display the summary. And this summary, it's nice because you can go ahead and copy and paste it into Excel if you wanted.